Hello, everyone. Robert Yazbek here with Team Yazbek at Coldwell Banker. Excited to be joined by Todd Conklin today. How's it going, Todd?
Hey, great, buddy. You?
Excellent. Thanks so much for joining me, man. I really appreciate it.
Of course, man. Of course.
Todd Conklin is the owner and CEO of our real estate firm, Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties, which includes about 300 agents in about 13 different markets, operating in residential, commercial, property management, and rentals in Colorado, Idaho, and Montana. Todd is one of the most innovative and forward-thinking real estate leaders in the business. He's also very in tune with what's happening in our industry and each of the markets where his agents serve buyers, sellers, and renters. Todd, thank you so much again. Appreciate your time.
Hey, man. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Let's jump right in. First of all, how are you and your family?
We're good. I think we're sort of settling in. I think with everything that's been going on, obviously we're kind of in lockdown, so we're doing the homeschooling and stay at home. So we're all having to learn different ways of doing things, and change is sometimes hard. But I feel like we're settling in now, and we're into a rhythm.
Yeah.
It is funny though, because we're all doing so many Zoom calls now. You'll see a kid run by, or you'll hear somebody screaming bloody murder, and it'd be like that created stress for you. Now you're like, that's just the way it is.
Oh yeah, cat comes up or dog, comes up, that kind of thing.
Well,
just part of the deal. Good deal. I'm glad you guys are safe and well and getting into a routine, man. That's impressive. I haven't heard too many people, tout that they're getting into a routine yet. So that's good.
Good. We're ahead of the curve, I think. Good.
Yeah, nice. So how is this affecting your business and your industry, our industry?
Well, I mean, it's both kind of a big scary impact, and then there's this weird opportunity and excitement that comes with it. I think the obvious from an impact is making sure that our people are safe and secure, and that's a scary deal, especially considering as real estate professionals how many people we come into contact with. So that's been numero uno for us, and then kind of getting our arms wrapped around what this is going to mean economically, how are buyers going to buy and sellers going to sell, how are agents going to be able to serve their communities, again, deemed as essential services in the states that we serve. So those are big challenges. Office now closed but accessible, and using technology. And then you get over to this other side where you get excited and you go, okay, well, we were kind of built for this. Our organization is built on a technology platform that allows agents, whether they do or don't, really was up to them, but allows our agents to function anywhere. And what's amazing about that is it's created this atmosphere while many agents have sort of gone into paralysis and aren't or can't serve the buyers and sellers that want to buy and sell during this time, our agents have been just really on fire with, okay, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and we're going to do this, and it's sort of been business as usual. So kind of the tale of two sides there.
Yeah, no question. Very interesting. Any broader industry kind of stuff that you're seeing come down the pipe, or is it just kind of too early to tell still?
Well, yeah, I think the reality is that we're all doing the best we can at prognosticating what this is going to have, what kind of impact. We know that for a 60, 90-day period, it's going to have a massive impact, right? There are people that have to buy, there are people that have to sell or want to, and they're going to continue to transact. Of course, then we're talking about market types. We've got some markets that are frankly up 50% year over year. And then, of course, we've got markets like the resorts where the lights were turned off and people are not really doing that much in the way of business, although they're still doing business. I know you guys are still doing business. So,
yeah, definitely.
I think broader speaking, we don't know what we don't know. This is unprecedented times. And through every transition or any challenge that we have had as an industry, there's always been some opportunities that have come as a result of that. And so we're very confident now in how we arm agents and how our agents are able to serve their clients. And now we're seeking out other ways to do an even better job of that. And I think what that's going to do is you're just going to see a greater divide between, the way it's always been done versus the way it should be done. And as you and I have talked about before, the rising tide lifts all boats. Well, the funny line that I love, right, is when the tide goes out, you find out who's wearing pants.
Yeah.
I think we're finding that right now. I think it
No
was
question.
very easy to do business. Maybe not so much now.
Yeah. I like it. All right, good deal. So our clients are buyers and sellers, your clients are agents, but you're in tune with all that. So next question for you is, what advice do you have for buyers looking to buy right now or in the near future?
Excuse me. Buyers. Well, I'm not sure that much has changed. Maybe the timing has changed a little bit. I would certainly still start with your lender. Make sure that you're approved and you know exactly what you're dealing with there. I think finding an agent that is technologically savvy is going to become far more important in today's market, because you're going to have to be able to have meetings like this. You're going to need to rely on that agent for all of the paperless that most of us have been using for years. You're going to really need to find alternative ways to see homes. You're probably not likely to go out and look at 30 homes anymore, right? You're probably going to be looking to have your agent go and do 3D tours of properties, do videos, do FaceTime, do Zoom meeting of properties, so that you can begin to eliminate down to a more narrow focus. So then you can still go out, of course, following protocols that are in place to go see properties. The title companies, the lenders, they're all prepared for this now. I really don't see much change other than making sure that you're picking the right professional that has all of the technological practices in place. You don't want to pick somebody that hasn't been doing this for a number of years, because, as we all know, preparing for the opportunity that's already been here, it's too late. In our organization, as I said before, we're built for this, and our agents are very experienced with technologies.
Great points. All right, good deal. So similarly, what advice do you have for sellers looking to sell right now or in the near future?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same thing. It is, as long as the near future is within the COVID-19 timeline. But I might actually take it even one step further. Even if you're not looking to sell a property within the next 2 months, and you're thinking, hey, as soon as the light switch is turned back onto the economy and things are back to quote unquote normal, I'm going to want to sell. I think it's really important to get ahead of the curve. What I'm seeing is that there's a lot of people that have delayed their listing their property because of the uncertainty, right? The doubt. Makes perfect sense. Some people are listing their properties, which makes perfect sense too. And we'll talk about that in a second. But for those people who are waiting, it's creating shadow inventory. And what's going to happen is when that light switch gets flipped, there's going to be a bunch of people rushing to the start line to want to market their property and list their property. And what you want to be is at the front end of that. So I'd be working with a real estate agent now. I'd be developing a plan now so that when the time comes, you're ready. Now picking the agent, again, just like the buyer side, becomes kind of critical to the whole conversation. If you're looking to sell your property now, you're going to need somebody who can have meetings like this, can show you a presentation that's digital. So many people were like, oh, I've got my digital plan, but it's actually a PDF that they're trying to scroll through. That's not digital. Digital presentations, utilization of video at a high level, utilization of 3D, Matterport, the virtual open house, critical right now, where in the quote unquote old days of 3 weeks ago, we do an open house, we get 20 people through the open house, we'd be high-fiving each other, isn't this great? Today, I think one of your agents, right, had over 1,000 people in a really short period of time basically do a walkthrough of one of your listings.
Yeah.
Hey, that's game-changing stuff. And if I'm a seller, I'm not going back to the old way. But if you can do the old way too, but I want thousands of people to see my property, and you're going to need somebody who understands technology and how to leverage technology to properly market and sell a home.
Yeah, those are great points. I like what you're saying about the shadow inventory. That's really interesting. I think there's probably a lot of consumers that don't understand that or haven't really thought about that. The whole supply and demand thing is real important to think about there. So that makes a lot of sense to start preparing now, even if you're going to wait till the switch is flipped, but be ahead of the curve. I think that's great advice. And so you're saying all open houses have to be live now from here on out.
Well, I mean, you think about it, right? It's pretty amazing if you really
Oh
think
yeah,
about the change, the unintended consequence, if you will.
yeah,
I think that most of us in the real estate industry have known for a long time that we really should be utilizing and leveraging technology differently. We've just been given a really definitive reason as to why to do it, and it's right now. Right?
yeah,
This
no
is the
question.
only way we
I
can
love
do
it.
business. And here's the great thing. I hear lots and lots of, yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I'm writing that down. All open houses are live even after COVID.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and listen, we're having people that are doing showings with FaceTime. We've had several people put offers in on properties without having actually seen them out of respect to the sellers and COVID and all that kind of thing. Taking time to properly prepare for showings and that all that stuff. We
Excellent. Good deal. Okay, bud. Last question. Thanks so much for your time. How can people best support their families, their friends, and their local communities throughout the situation?
Yeah, that's a good one, man. I mean, that's ultimately what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
I just think it's being present. I've noticed that the people that are really doing a great job at connecting with their families and their communities have just they've just stepped up. They've said, hey, listen, it's my opportunity to lead in a time of challenge, in a time of pain for people that might be scared. They might have doubt and uncertainty. They may not be able to get to the grocery store, et cetera. So I would say be a really great neighbor. Answer questions that we all have. Get onto social media and say hi. Get on your phone and use it for something other than scrolling, and text somebody and call somebody. Find out and call everybody in your neighborhood. Just ask them if they need anything. Make a weekly Costco run where you go and you pick up stuff for people that can't go to Costco, or maybe they have a condition that it puts them at higher risk. But just overall, just have some humanity and just spread some love. Right now, there's a lot of people that are scared.
No question. That's beautiful. Perfect. Thank you again for your time and the wisdom. Appreciate your leadership. And thank you, everybody that joined us here. Hopefully, everybody is safe and home and enjoying your loved ones and taking care of yourselves.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you. Take care.